Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Associate Minister of Justice and asks, what recent announcements has she made regarding New Zealand's anti-money laundering and countering finance of terrorism regime?
Mr Speaker.
Nicole McKee.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I recently announced a series of practical changes to the AML CFT regime to reduce red tape and costs for everyday New Zealanders. The current system is overly risk-averse, making it unnecessarily difficult and expensive for people to access basic financial services. It shouldn't take a mountain of paperwork to open a child's bank account or to buy a home. That's why we're reforming the system, introducing simpler customer due diligence for low-risk situations, supporting common-sense compliance for families and small businesses, and minimising costs wherever possible.
Supplementary. What changes is she making to reduce unnecessary red tape for Kiwis using family trusts?
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The current rules make selling property held in a trust a bureaucratic nightmare. Sellers are required to provide extensive documentation about trustees, beneficiaries and sources of wealth. I've announced changes to give businesses the discretion to apply simplified checks for low-risk trusts, such as family trusts. This will significantly reduce paperwork, lower service costs and make it easier for Kiwis to buy and sell homes.
Supplementary. Will the changes the Minister make allow more Kiwis to access banking services?
Yes. Current rules have made it too hard for New Zealanders, especially children, to open basic bank accounts. As a mother, I know how important it is to teach kids early how to save. That's why I'm changing the law to reduce the documentation needed to open low-risk accounts. In many cases, only a birth certificate and proof of a parental relationship could be required to open a bank account for a child. This will make it easier for families to start saving and help set their child up for a stronger financial future.
Supplementary. What changes is she making to provide relief to New Zealand businesses?
Mr Speaker, many small businesses are weighed down by rigid anti-money laundering regulations that slow their operations and increase their costs. For businesses that use accountants, the changes I'm introducing will simplify the compliance process. Accountants will only need to confirm that payments are consistent with the business's usual activity, removing the requirement to apply the enhanced customer due diligence checks to every transaction. This reform will save time, reduce costs and ease the compliance burden on small businesses and their clients.
Supplementary, the Honourable Dr Duncan Webb.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Why is she considering using taxpayers' money to give compensation to crypto traders for the loss of their crypto ATMs, which support organised crime, when ordinary New Zealanders can barely afford their groceries?
I am a little surprised that the member across the way there doesn't understand the process that we go through as a government to determine whether or not compensation should be paid. This is some advice that I'm waiting on, and of course, whenever property is looking to be confiscated, there should always be advice on whether or not there is compensation that goes with the confiscation. I'm still awaiting that advice.